What's going on, Bigger Pockets? Matt Faircloth. So, listen, I'm not a big New Year's resolution kind of guy, but the new year is a big, because first of all, if you're going to make a life transforming commitment for yourself and look to whatever it is, I'm going to lose weight, I'm going to quit smoking, I'm going to build my real estate business, I'm going to whatever, right? You shouldn't have to do something like that one time a year. If you want to make a life transformational commitment for yourself, you shouldn't be waiting until January 1st to do it. Do it now. So if you're watching this video in November or in July or whatever, you don't have to wait till New Year's to make yourself a life transformational commitments. That's first of all, is that you don't have to wait till New Year, okay? But because as currently right now we're going into a new year, it is a good time to remind ourselves of things we want to take on to raise our game. Now, perhaps it's things like that I just said, like weight loss or healthier living or whatever it may be. But today we're going to talk about commitments you can make in your real estate goals for 2019. And these are some wacky goals that I promise you will create real life transformation for yourself, okay? So we're going to go over them, but I want you guys to throw out some other wacky goals that you guys are going to commit to in the comment section on this. So this is partly my ideas on goals that you guys can take on, but it's also partly a challenge to you guys to go and drop in the comment bar some goals that you're going to commit to. And don't be putting down stuff that you're going to say, I'm going to do it, on January 1st, this is what I'm going to do. And then by January 15th, you've given it up. I think a lot of people like, oh, I'm going to get a gym membership. And the gym's like, they're really crowded on January 2nd. But by January 16th, all the people that just got their memberships are already gone, right? So not like that. Don't be making this, feels good to make a commitment for a little bit. Make real commitments that you're willing to live by, and maybe we can even hold each other accountable to them on Bigger Pockets and maybe do a forum post for accountability for goal sets. Well, if one of you guys want to take that on, I'll gladly jump in with you and support, okay? But one of you guys has to do it, not me. One of you guys do it, and I'll get on board and we'll hold each other, do a little Bigger Pockets forum accountability conversation, okay? Throw that out there. Let's see if that inspires anybody, okay? But here are some ideas, I think, that you guys can take on. Maybe they inspire you, but maybe something else does, and like I said, write that in the comment bar. Here's number one, okay? Get a marker that works. That's the first one, okay? Get this out of here. Okay, number one, okay, is double up your portfolio. Now, let's go beyond that. Don't just double up in a year. Double up every time you do a transaction. Now, what that is going to be tough for you to do if you've got a lot of units, and that's okay. But if you're just getting started, doubling up your portfolio every time you do a transaction. Double up. So if you're starting at 1 right now, that means next time you do a transaction, you double up, you're at 2. Congrats, that's great. 2 is awesome, but what's even better than 2? Next time you do a deal, then you're at 4. Then next time you do a deal, you're at 8. The next time you do a deal, you're at 16. The next time you do a deal, you're at 32. You see how quick that grows? Okay? Maybe you start the year at 1, and every time, if you commit to every time to double up, after just a few iterations, you're sitting in the double digits. You're at 16. You're at 32. Maybe you're at 64. Maybe you're at 128, right? Keep going from there, okay? But every time you do a transaction, you double up. This is not a sustainable type of thing. You can't do this forever because your curve will be exponential like that. But if you're just getting started and you want to get into bigger and bigger multi, something I recommend to people that are just getting started, that want to get into big buildings, I'm not one that believes that you should, go and buy your first property should be a 100 unit apartment complex, because I'm not a guru selling packages for the low price of $5,000 or anything like that. I'm a realist. So I believe that you should actually start a little small, but very quickly grow up. And a good way to do that is to double up your portfolio every time you do a transaction. It's more of a newbie conversation, or folks are just looking to get going, but consider that as a 2019 goal, okay? Now, the next one is, and this works for new investors, this works for existing investors, okay, is to look at what you do, okay, and cut, when I say what you do, I mean, what do you do for your real estate business? What are you doing it full-time or part-time, okay? Look at what your activities are, okay, and look to cut half the activities out, okay? So if you are managing the rentals and receiving rents and showing properties to new tenants. And also, if you got some fix and flips going on, you're also meeting with your contractors, and you're also dealing with banks, and you're also whatever. Make the list. Make the list of everything you do and look to cut half the things on that list out. And that doesn't mean you don't do those things anymore in your business. That means you sub them out to people that are better at it than you are, because you're not great at everything. Okay, so make sure maybe there's some things that you're great at. And so what this is really about is focusing on the stuff that you are good at. Cut out half of what you do. Somebody send me new markers for Christmas. You guys want to send me a nice Christmas gift? Send me new whiteboard markers. Cut out half of what you do. Okay, meaning, like I said, the half is the stuff that you're not great at, that you're done doing. I'm just going to focus on my greatness now. I'm going to focus on my God-given talent, and that's what I'm going to put myself into. All the other stuff that's not my God-given talent, I'm going to let someone else do that is their talent, okay? And so you start to sub out things so that you can focus, and maybe you're actually end up spending more time and more hours, but you're doing what you're great at and probably what you like more of. So this cut out half of what you do in the business actually ends up creating more happiness for you, because you'll end up focusing on what you're great at and what you really enjoy doing, and cutting out the stuff that you don't. This is a process. I don't recommend you just snap your fingers and give half of it away immediately. This will entail you documenting everything you do, looking at it and ranking how much you love each one of those things, and then pulling off the stuff you don't love or that you're not great at, or you kind of screw up when you do them, peeling that off and giving them to somebody else, just incrementally, okay? So that's goal number 2 that you could take on. You don't have to do all this stuff. These are just ideas that I think that are wacky life transformational stuff, okay? So in general, okay, create enough this is goal number 3. Create enough passive income that you can still earn what you need to earn to handle your expenses, but you work less, okay? Right? There's a lot of talk out there, I'm going to hustle, and I'm going to hustle and work my tail off and everything like that. But you know what? Life's not work. Life is life. Life's just time, and you could spend it doing whatever you want. There's a great book that Brendan Turner recommends on the podcast called Life and Air. Check out that book, because it's not about how much money you make. It's not about how much work you do. It's about what you do with the time that you have. So what if you work less? That's the question. If you could continue to earn what you're earning now, but work less, what would you do with the extra time that you have, right? You know, if this is the amount of time you have to put in to earn what you want to earn, but your earnings stay the same, but your time goes down to here, what would you do with that time, right? Would you spend it with your family? Would you spend it with new business ventures? Would you spend it traveling? What would you do, right? I don't know. Let's figure it out. You guys know the answer to that question. You know what you would do. So work less, but earn the same, or even you want to play a big game. Let's talk about earning more, but working less, right? So work less, earn the same or more. Or even more. And the last thing you guys can do, and again, like I said, put lots of stuff. These are just Matt's harebrained off the wall ideas that are going to cause transformation. I promise you, I've done some of these things. If you do at least one of these, it will cause transformation for you. There's no way you can't change your life by working less, by doing more of what you love, or by drastically building your portfolio on a fast, inspirational basis, okay? And the last one, this is the one that really gets me to my core, and this is true inspiration, is to find a way to give away a significant amount of money that you make in your business. So commit that you're going to give away a portion of what you do, okay? A portion of your income. Okay. Now, how much is that? I don't know. How much you're going to give? That's up to you. You could commit to give away 10%, 50%, 20%, 2%, whatever it is, of your bottom line, of your cash flow from your rentals, or from the percent of your fix and flips, or whatever it is. Promise that you're going to give away of it to your rental a portion of your rental income. And it could be any organization you're going to give it away to. It could be Could be your church, if that's something that speaks to you. Could be a not-for-profit. Could be just your own random acts of kindness that you choose to do. And I've done random acts of kindness. There is nothing more inspirational than those types of things, to catch somebody off guard and hit them with a little bit of love, a little bit of a gift or something like that, okay? But there's a lot of different ways you can give away, and I'm not going to tell you what to do with it. That's up to you to decide what inspires you. But the purpose of this is to inspire you to make more, and perhaps you do this and this and this. Maybe you do a combination, or maybe you actually could probably do all four of these things if you really wanted to really blow your minds and create an absolutely phenomenal 2019 that you'll remember for the rest of your life. But what other things are here? What other life transformational goals can you bring here that real estate can create for you? I talked to one landlord that he owned a lot of property, but he committed to give away one of his rentals to the people that live there. Okay, to say like, okay, I'm going to make enough that I'm going to go to one of my tenants and I'm going to give them the home they live in. You know, here you go. Here's a house, right? And it's a larger landlord, okay? Maybe you can grow up to that point. What is a impact that you can do, a goal that you can set that's going to make a big impact on your life and on the life of somebody else? Whether that's a family member, for working less, you're going to spend some more time with them. Maybe you're going to impact your own life and just become a happier person because you're doing what you love to do instead of doing what you hate to do, and you're probably not very good at it anyway, right? Or by building more income, or just giving away to change the lives of another through your work in real estate, okay? I want to hear what you guys say. And if somebody takes me up on that challenge to do a forum post on Bigger Pockets, invite me to it, and we can start holding each other accountable. Not just, hey, let's all celebrate and throw big goals out there. If you're going to post to it, you got to be willing to put updates and hold each other accountable. Again, this is an inspiration to one of you guys. If one of you guys wants to create it, put it in the comments here on Bigger Pockets on where it is and how we can get to it, or we can do it on this actual article on Bigger Pockets, whatever you guys want to do. But I'm going to leave it up to you guys to figure it out, and I'll contribute to it and help you guys do it. Either way, Happy New Year, or happy whatever. Happy July 22nd if that's when you guys are watching this, because remember, this does not have to be happening on January 1st and when you decide to do this. You can choose to make a decision to make a real impact in your business whenever. Don't wait till January 1st to do it. Do this now, okay? That's what I got for you guys. Thanks for watching. Have a great and profitable week.